12. The News at Noon starts right now.
It's a high-profile case. A man accused of beating a 5-year-old boy to death. That man's trial set to begin tomorrow.
At first, Garcia was charged with murder, but prosecutors are taking him to trial on the charge of injury to a child causing serious bodily injury.
In just a couple of minutes, the full preview of tomorrow's proceedings.
But first, a man who San Antonio police say was shot in the head last night is now dead.
SAPD says they were forced to shoot him when he tried to run them over in a stolen car. Officers showed up at the apartment complex at La Cantera Terrace, responding to reports of people smoking weed out by the pool. The reason police were called to that apartment because of that report, but when they got there, they found a stolen vehicle. Officers returned to the parking lot and they parked behind it. They went in to investigate. Police say the man got into the stolen vehicle and then jumped a curve, driving toward them. Chief William McManus said his officers fired shots at the driver, shooting the man in the head.
He was taken to the hospital where he later died. We asked Chief McManus for information about the man shot and the stolen vehicle, but he said his team is still investigating. The medical examiner couldn't give us any further information about the man who died.
Today's the day. It's the first day of early voting for the May 28th primary runoff election. Voters in Texas have one final chance to pick the candidates who will appear on the November ballot. Early voting runs through May 24th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day. Voters who voted in the March primary are required by state law to choose the same political party ballot for the runoff that they chose in March. Voters who did not vote in the March primary, however, are free to choose either party's ballot. Registered voters can vote at any polling site during the early voting period. We have polling locations and ballot information. It can all be found on KSAT.com. Again, the primary runoff election is May 28th.
Outside with live cam, already 85 degrees. So, Justin, here's my question. Why is spring always the shortest season in Texas?
That's just the way it goes, man.
We just
What was it,
2
like
weeks.
2 weeks? Yeah.
It's gone.
2 weeks. And then we head right into summer. That's the way it felt this weekend, man. It was so hot. We had heat index values in the upper 90s. Unfortunately, I got to be the bearer of bad news. Heat indices are only going to get worse from here on out. Let me show you the temperatures right now. Already up to 90 in New Braunfels, 79 Bernie, 80 in Kerrville. So the hill country a little bit better. But that humidity is sky high. We've got southerly winds at 8 miles per hour. So that continues to bring in the humidity. And then you factor that in with these temperatures. And feels much warmer than these numbers you see there. Morning cloud cover starting to fade away. We've got some thick clouds still holding on out west around Uvalde and Kerrville. That's why temperatures are a little bit cooler there. But in San Antonio, these clouds are scattering out. And the more sun we get, the hotter it will be this afternoon. And temperatures, well, they're not there for some reason. But I can tell you that we will get into there they are. They'll get into the 90s this afternoon, 93 at 7 o'clock. And then tonight we drop down into the 80s. We will be looking at heat index values 100 plus, I think, next few days before we get into some storm chances. And, of course, Memorial Day weekend. How is that looking? We'll investigate that forecast for you, too, coming up in just a couple minutes.
Thanks, Justin. Back in the summer of 2021, a 5-year-old was found in a ravine in Colorado dead. The Dominic Aguilar Acevedo was actually killed more than 1,000 miles away from there, right here in San Antonio. And the man accused of beating him to death is Daniel Garcia. He was his mother's boyfriend. Erica Hernandez with a look back at the investigation and a look ahead to the trial. It starts tomorrow.
San Antonio Police Department gets a tip about a missing boy who was last seen at a Northeast Side hotel. The caller says that Dominic Aguilar Acevedo was not alive when his mother Nicole Aguilar and her boyfriend Daniel Garcia left San Antonio for Colorado. When they left Colorado, Dominic was no longer with them. The couple were now in Costa Rica. A call from Nicole's mother checking in on them and Dominic led to her calling authorities. Nicole later met with Costa Rican authorities. According to arrest affidavits, she told them that Garcia was physically beating her son for weeks. She said he eventually became unresponsive and died. According to those arrest affidavits, Nicole said that they drove to a campsite near the Rocky Mountain National Park and left 5-year-old Dominic's remains in a ravine. SAPD, along with authorities in Colorado and the FBI, were involved in the search for Dominic on August 25th, 2021, a month after he was last seen in San Antonio. Dominic was found. Later, Aguilar and Garcia were arrested in Florida, where both are from.
Aguilar was charged with injury to a child causing serious bodily injury by omission, while Daniel Garcia was charged with murder.
After the two were indicted, KSAT has followed this case closely as it has moved through the judicial system. Early on, the state and defense expressed how long it was taking to get evidence from the FBI. This process was taking months and holding up the process of getting all evidence turned over to the defense. District Court Judge Velia Mesa made it clear that this had to be figured out.
This whole back and forth is just not going to work. It's going to take us 5 years to get to trial, and that's not happening on my watch.
As for Nicole Aguilar's case, there was a lot of back and forth whether she was going to take a plea deal or not. At first, it was decided that she would be going to trial first. The trial dates have been pushed back several times, but at the beginning of 2024, Judge Mesa made it clear they would be going to trial this year. Within the weeks leading up to trial, a lot has happened. Aguilar decided to take a plea deal in exchange for her testimony against Garcia.
What is your plea to the charge of injury to a child causing serious bodily injury by omission? Is it guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
As it stands right now, the plea deal would mean the maximum sentence Aguilar could get is 15 years. As for Garcia, the state is no longer proceeding with the murder charge, but instead will go with injury to a child causing serious bodily injury. It is still a first-degree felony, and the punishment range is 5 to 99 years or life in prison, but the jury can also consider probation. Speaking of the jury, they have been picked and seated. Testimony will begin around 10:30 on Tuesday morning. We are live streaming this trial. You can watch the live stream on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, and KSAT's YouTube page.
It's important to note that the judge has drafted a strict live stream order. While we will be live streaming, there is some testimony that we will not be able to show, including that of Dominic's young sister. We will do our best that day to report on what that testimony revealed. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
It has been nearly 2 years since that tragedy at Robb Elementary in Uvalde. After 19 students and 2 teachers were killed in that shooting, many of you stepped up to help by donating blood. In remembrance of Robb Elementary, a special shirt is available for blood donors in the South Texas Blood and Tissue Donor Store. Donors can redeem their points for a United for Uvalde shirt. Proceeds go towards the Uvalde Strong Fund through the San Antonio Area Foundation to support the survivors, honor the victims and their families, and support the Uvalde community. Donors can redeem points for a shirt now through May 31st. And the San Antonio Brahmas are on their way to the playoffs. We've got highlights on how they did it coming up. If you were affected by the I-10 closure near Highway 90 in Seguin yesterday, it's because TxDOT crews had to do emergency repair work. Here's what you're looking at. Here's what drivers were looking at, a big hole in the highway. This is in the westbound lanes of I-10 near 90 and East Kingsbury Street. Fortunately, TxDOT was able to repair the highway and get it back open. Look at that hole.
You can see the sky through the highway.
No longer a closure in that area as we speak. Officials with the city of Seguin tell us the cause of that hole is still unknown.
That's concerning. Yeah. The family of a man who was hit by not one, but 2 cars on Wednesday night, they want that killer caught. They also need to help bury him, and that's why Roman Gonzalez's family held a plate sale yesterday at the site of that deadly hit and run. Police say that Gonzalez was walking on Culebra on Wednesday night, not too far from Woodlawn Park. A driver hit Gonzalez and did not stop to help. And then a second car hit him again, and it also did not stop. His family hopes someone comes forward with answers for the 5 kids who lost their father. If you have any information that could help solve the case, please call San Antonio Police. The body of a man who drowned while fishing over the weekend now recovered. Bernie City officials tell us that the man, who is from Leon Springs, was fishing with a group at Bernie City Lake on Saturday afternoon. When he went out onto the water, he went underwater. The man reportedly yelled for help, but those who were with him were not able to swim toward him. The Bernie Fire Department found his body on Sunday morning. He has not yet been identified.
A man in critical condition after he was stabbed is happening on the northeast side. San Antonio police say the victim and suspect were walking on the access road near Cerna Elementary School early this morning when a fight between the two broke out. The suspect stabbed the victim in the stomach. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. The suspect was detained by police. Charges pending.
It's gonna be another hot one. You just know it. 85 degrees right now, but those of us who were playing sports outside yesterday afternoon are still recovering. I guess it'll be the same way today.
Yeah, you know, I sat outside and watched my kid play sports.
No, I actually was out there sweating it out at Brackenridge Park for the 125th anniversary Polo Cup, and I can honestly say hydration is the key.
You're right about that. And yeah, if you're going to be outside really doing anything over the next week, stay hydrated. The aquifer is down 0.8 of a foot, 635.3, I should say. Not a good number. We need a lot more rain as we head into the summer. Molds are high, 1,430. Grass is low at 10. What about rain chances? We do have some, but will we get some good rain out of it? We'll take a look coming up.
All right, let's get out of Market Square. Question's damn excited because it's Monday.
Oh, yeah, he's not. He's lying through his teeth.
All right.
It is going to be a warmer week this week.
Well, like Jess was just talking about, you know, even watching your kids, you know, the kids doing that. And I was out cutting the grass yesterday morning. Oh, my goodness gracious. And yeah, it's hard, you know, and these are like, what, August temperatures?
Yeah, you would know.
So, yeah.
You're kind of an
we
expert.
want to know, what do you do to beat the heat? Scan that QR code and weigh in. What about you guys?
I stay inside.
You know, right?
Yeah, that's the
Air
simple
conditioning
answer.
is my secret.
Yeah, finding shade anywhere, anyhow, with a big coconut water.
Oh,
With
coconut
something
water.
else in
I love
the coconut water?
Oh, no, I didn't say that.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean that's all you can. I mean, you got to find some shade somehow. At least it kind of takes the edge off a little bit. But yeah, so let us know. Scan that QR code. Maybe you have some great revelation on how to stay cool. I don't know what that might be. So
My daughter likes me to pour water down her neck. She thinks that's hysterical, and
That's
it cools her down right away.
smart girl. That's a really good idea.
I
Yes.
can remember us seeing, announcing a parade, and I had my feet in a vat of cold ice.
Oh yeah,
And that
that'll
actually
work
does
too.
work. Yeah.
All these are great ideas. See, that's why we need
We had a
people
few.
to scan the QR code.
Popsicles, plenty of popsicles.
Yes,
But they make
down
your
the back
teeth
of your wait,
Yeah.
not the popsicle. Okay, so, yeah. Let us know. We got a whole lot coming up on the show, so stick around.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
We'll look
How
forward
about
to
you,
it.
Justin? You had to watch some kids playing outside this weekend.
Yeah, that was rough. There wasn't a lot of shade. I tried to find a fan or something somewhere.
Bring
But
an umbrella.
This isn't an unpopular opinion here. I would much rather deal with this than the cold, you know? Like sitting out and
That's
Here
true.
we go.
That's
Here
true.
we go. Me too.
I know, don't send me any emails. I'm sure someone will. Let's talk about 100-degree days. When do we typically get there? The average is June 26th, okay? Last year we hit 100 for the first time on June 16th. And in 2022, you remember that year, we hit 100 on May 7th. That was a really hot May. What will we do this year? So far, there's not been any triple digits in the forecast, and we don't have any over the next week. That's the good news, but it is going to be hot. And don't forget, last year was a brutal year. We had 75 days at 100 or above, blowing out the old record. So it's got to be better than last year, right? Hopefully that's the case. As we look at May so far, we've had several days above average, only 2 where we've been below average. Those are both days in which we saw some rain. Otherwise, we've either been right about average or above. And the last 3 days we've been above, and this whole week will be above. So we're running a little hot so far this May. I wish I could tell you we've had good rain. We have not. Since the beginning of the month, we've picked up about ½ an inch. We're about 2 inches below average for rainfall. And since January 1st, we were at 12.01. We had such a good surplus going, and that has dwindled. We're very close to going in the red here with only a 3/4 of an inch above average at this point. Let's go outside for you. 84. Still some clouds out there. Southerly winds at 8 miles per hour. Feels like 88 already. That heat index will jump into the 90s here very soon. And as we look at dew points, this honestly is the problem. I mean, you get dew points in the 70s. This is why it feels so much worse outside. I think these dew points will dip a little into the 60s this afternoon, but not enough. So we'll still get a heat index probably near 100 this afternoon. And this is a look ahead. I mean, there's not much to say here. Mid to upper 90s will be the norm all the way through Friday. Our average is 88 to give you some perspective. So yes, we are above average, but this is not record territory. Records are upper 90s and triple digits. We're not there, but you know, it's still pretty miserable out there. In the forecast heat index, it's going to be up near 101 today. A lot of places will be close to 100 for that feels like number. And then as we get into tomorrow, with temperatures a little bit warmer, that feels like number jumps up even more. 102 is what it could feel like here in San Antonio, 102 Pleasanton, 100 in Forestville. So yeah, it's going to be a rough stretch here. And as we look at the upper level winds, the reason it's been so warm, we have a heat high here in Mexico, and it's kind of nudging in a little bit. It's not over us, but close enough. And so as we look down the line here, and I'm going to put some rain, add the rain forecast on here. This is 5 o'clock Wednesday. We start to get a few ripples in the upper parts of the atmosphere that could help create some showers and storms. Now, it won't be this widespread, just be some isolated stuff. But I think by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we could see a thunderstorm or two. Don't get your hopes up. Most of us stay dry. This is going to be the isolated afternoon stuff. Nothing that will be widespread, but we are putting a 20% chance of rain in the forecast all the way through Memorial Day. So if you have Memorial Day weekend plans, know that it will be very hot and you may have to dodge a storm or two, but temperatures are very consistent here. 95 Wednesday, 95 Thursday, upper 90s going into the weekend. So the lakes, the rivers, they will be busy this weekend, I have no doubt.
Oh yeah, that's another way to beat the heat.
Yeah.
Oh sure.
The Brahmas keep their division championship hopes alive after a big win yesterday. And as usual, the Cowboys have one of the tougher schedules in the NFL. We'll tell you what that looks like coming up. It is the UFL version of the I-35 rivalry, not Spurs and Mavs, Brahmas and Renegades. This time at the Alamos Dome, the Brahmas needed a win to clinch that playoff spot. On the fourth play from scrimmage, Bernie alum Quentin Dormady to Anthony McFarland. Not a deep pass, but a long run right through the Renegades' defense. That's 52 yards, a catch and run, and a touchdown. Oh, but there's more. Dormady checks it down again, and where's that speedy guy? There he is. This time for 37 yards and another touchdown. Fourth quarter, the Renegades are down 5. They're going for the 4th and 12 play instead of kicking it off, but the defense sacks Luis Perez to seal it. The Brahmas hold on to win it 2015, clinching a spot in the XFL Division playoffs.
It means a lot. That's the next step in the journey. But obviously it's not over. We got a tough game coming up against Birmingham and then St. Louis and St. Louis again. So, we got to get healthy and lock in for this next stretch of games because it's not going to be easy by any means.
Yeah, the Brahmas are going to host Birmingham Saturday, 2 o'clock, Alamo Dome. Birmingham undefeated at 8-0, and you can see that game live right here on KSAT 12. Well, but there's more football. San Antonio Gunslingers are hosting the Tulsa Oilers. Sam Costranova with the one-play drive, touchdown. Win Murray to take the lead. Then in the second half, Castronova splits the zone defense with a strike to Austin Upshaw. What's this one? There you go. Right on the money. They want to win it 54-43, making it 2 straight wins. The Gunslingers are going to play at the Bay Area Panthers on Saturday, 8 o'clock in San Jose. And speaking of football, the NFL schedule is out. The Cowboys and Texans have a lot to look forward to coming up this season. The Cowboys are going to play 2 of their first 3 games at AT&T Stadium, and then they're going to play 4 of their next 5 on the road before going back home on November 10th to host the Eagles. The Cowboys are going to face the Steelers in Pittsburgh, the Lions in Arlington, the 49ers and Falcons on the road. So here's a look at some of their key dates. The Cowboys' season opener is September 8th. They're going to play at the Cleveland Browns. Their home opener is the following Sunday. They host the Saints at noon. November 10th, they're going to see the Eagles. They're in Arlington. And on Thanksgiving Day, the Cowboys are going to host the Giants at 3:30, the traditional Cowboy-Giants game. And Dallas is not only going to play 1 home game in October, or only going to play 1 home game in October, and they're going to play twice on Thursday night, 2 times on Monday Night Football, and 3 Sunday night games. In the meantime, the Texans had their great first year under head coach D'Amico Ryans. It has a lot to do with the maturity of their quarterback, rookie C.J. Stroud. At least he was a rookie then. Now he's a veteran, so now the whole country wants to see him. The Texans are going to be getting some prime time. There will be no rematch with the Cleveland Browns. They're the ones the Texans defeated in the wild card weekend. Houston is going to play the Vikings, Patriots, Packers, and the defending Super Bowl champ Kansas City Chiefs in late December. The Texans are also going to get 3 straight primetime games in the middle of the season. So here's a look at some of their key dates. Their season opener September 8th when they play at the Colts at noon. Their home opener is September 15th. They're going to host the Bears at 7:20. On Thursday, the 31st, the Texans are going to play at the Jets. The battle for the Texas will happen on Monday Night Football, November 18th. The Texans play in Arlington against the Cowboys. And then on Christmas Day, we're going to see the Ravens in Houston at 3:30 on Netflix. And Houston is going to be featured twice this season on Sunday Night Football. Both the Cowboys and Texans are going to hold organized team activities this week. Cowboys Tuesday, Thursday, Texans today, Tuesday, and Thursday. Did you notice Netflix? That's something new this year. A couple of games on Netflix this year. So,
like I said, this year it's going to be all about trying to find your game on the many options that are out there. All right, when was the last time you thought about proper dining etiquette? In the next half hour, Patty Santos explains why David should never talk when he's got food in his mouth.
Hey, some food prices, speaking of food, are falling ahead of the Memorial Day. That means more to eat while we're talking. All right, where they're going down is coming up.
New today at 5. It's that time of the year. The Texas heat, along with mosquitoes and ticks, they're moving in just in time for summer. That means we are taking a stroll down the insect repellent aisle. We're going to take a look at which is the most effective, a chemical or a natural repellent. It's today at 5 after Entertainment Tonight. If the price of eggs has you considering a chicken coop in your backyard, hold off for just a moment. A new federal report shows that some grocery store items are finally getting cheaper, and that includes eggs. For the first time in a year, in fact, the price is dropping. The Labor Department showing that overall in April, they dropped 0.2%. But in some cases, the prices are down even more. Milk, chicken, fruits and vegetables are all down nearly 1%. Apples are down nearly 3%. Pork ribs are down 2.3%. And yes, eggs, the biggest spiker of them all, now down 7.3%.
They've been going up considerably since the pandemic. Now they're actually leveling off and decreasing because of the efficiencies that they've had, as well as these retailers pushing back on the price increases.
Another reason they've gone down, retailers who have seen their customers cutting back are starting to introduce additional savings.
That includes big stores like Target. It says it's cutting prices on thousands of popular items, including household products and food. Other major retailers, including IKEA and Walmart, have been reducing prices in recent months to re-attract customers into the stores. In April, Walmart launched Better Goods. That's its biggest private food brand in 20 years. The majority of those items under $5. Red Lobster has filed for bankruptcy. The largest seafood restaurant chain in the world says it had to settle more than $1 billion in debt. The company plans to sell its business to its lenders. In turn, Red Lobster will receive financing to stay afloat, but more restaurants will be closing. Analysts and former employees say recent mismanagement, competition, inflation, and other factors ran the company into the ground.
And we should mention that the Red Lobster restaurants in San Antonio are going to be affected. I don't know if all of them are closing, but some definitely are, according to a report I read.
So is today a good day to go fishing at 86 degrees out there if you got sunscreen?
Well, see, there again, you're on top of the water if you're fishing. I don't know if that's a great idea.
I mean, yeah, it's personal preference, but it'd be a little bit rough this afternoon. And really, any day this week or into the weekend, if you do have plans, maybe early morning, evening hours would be better. Hey, I want to show you a picture, and I think a lot of people have seen, I know I've seen these in my yard, the mushrooms coming up this year. They popped up after we got some of those good rains, and there was quite a few in the yard. I haven't seen them in about a week or so, but this is a great picture showing some of the mushrooms that have been popping up in the yards. We appreciate the pictures. I don't think we're going to see much more of these if we don't get some rain back in the forecast, and There's not a lot. Forecast for today, 95 at 4 o'clock, 94 at 5 p.m., and we'll be down to 93 at 7 p.m., and then into the 80s tonight. Clouds will start to build back in, and we'll do this all again tomorrow with that morning cloud cover and then some afternoon sun and lots of heat. Here's a look at the weather story. And how hot is it going to get? Not record levels, but heat index values will be above 100 this week. Memorial Day weekend, it will be very hot as you make your plans. Know that, but there is a small chance for a cooling shower or storm. And our sunrise, sunset, our days are getting longer. We'll take a look at those times for you coming up in just a couple minutes.
Thank you, Justin. People who use certain drugs for weight loss and diabetes may have a higher risk for stomach issues. 3 new studies took a look at how injected medicines known as GLP-1 agonists are related to rare but serious stomach conditions. The studies show that the risk of being diagnosed with stomach paralysis or gastroparesis is higher for people who take such medications than it is for those who don't. Most of the time, people get better if they stop taking the medication. However, some people still had symptoms, even months after they got off these drugs. The studies still need to be reviewed by outside experts. They have not been published in any peer-reviewed medical journals, so the data is still considered preliminary.
For some, etiquette is just something we only see in period dramas, but it's a real art, and you can take classes on it right here in San Antonio. Our Patty Santos gave it a try. Coming up, she explains why it's a bit more complicated than just keeping your elbows off the table. Bringing Buffalo back to Texas. Seriously, bringing those big guys back. There is a group just outside of San Antonio that's trying to do that. The near extinction of the buffalo by the 1900s hurt the livelihoods of indigenous people and the environment. Sarah Costa, Texas to Uvalde, Texas, to introduce you to a group trying to heal that pain by bringing buffalo back.
And once again, the buffalo are thriving here in Texas. We're in the southern coastal plains.
It will definitely make you do a double take seeing buffalo graze the land, driving through Uvalde, Texas off of I-10, a little over an hour east of San Antonio. There are over 20 buffalo on 77 acres of the Texas Tribal Buffalo Project. The nonprofit is run by all indigenous women, from the funding to logistics to taking care of the buffalo themselves. The founder and director of the Texas Buffalo Project, Lucille Contreras, says the return of these animals is tied to a healing necessary for her people's existence.
At one point, the buffalo were everything to Texas indigenous people. They were our source of spirituality, our source of nutrition and food.
For the Lipan Apache, Payaya, Korwankwa, and many more, until the buffalo were killed off by the millions in the 1800s.
They were killed for sport, they were killed for their hides, and they were killed as a way to exterminate the Native Americans.
In the early 1900s, the buffalo were almost extinct with less than 1,000 living. And Lucille says it wasn't just the animals who were fighting to survive.
We've had a hide in plain sight because of forced assimilation as a way to survive, just as the buffalo had to survive.
The mass destruction of the buffalo also led to another loss.
It was a devastation also to the environment and to the land and to the climate.
It's why nonprofits in the U.S. are working to restore the buffalo population, like the global nonprofit, the Nature Conservancy.
The Nature Conservancy manages 6,000 bison across 1,300 acres at 12 preserves.
Suzanne Scott, the director of the Nature Conservancy in Texas, said they realized it made sense for them to partner with groups like the Texas Buffalo Project.
2021, 5 buffalo were transferred from the Medano Zapata Ranch in Colorado.
Partnerships that heal Texas indigenous people and Texas native grasslands.
Grasslands have just been taken over by growing cities, agricultural lands.
We need our grasslands and our buffalo because together they help combat climate change by promoting biodiversity and keeping the carbon in the ground.
Carbon sequestration happens when carbon is kept in the ground rather than be released into the atmosphere.
One way carbon is kept into the ground is by creating healthy soil and healthy grasses and healthy forbs that retain.
Buffalo help do this in a number of ways. One, by keeping invasive species or brush like mesquite trees from taking over. and promoting the life of the prairies by spreading seed when it gets stuck to their fur.
The way that they walk on the ground, they aerate the soil, and they reawaken the seed bank.
How the buffalo graze also helps the grasslands.
Beef, cattle, they are not native to here. And so they eat the grass so much that they pull it all the way up and it doesn't replenish itself. Versus buffalo that move, they graze rotationally, naturally, and they only eat the tops of the grass. So the grass continues to grow.
But what about methane? Cattle are known for releasing tons of methane through manure, contributing to global warming. Lucille explains that buffalo manure better decomposes than cattle manure. Buffalo dung also attracts more native insects that turn it into a natural fertilizer for native grasslands, therefore releasing less methane.
Dung becomes an entire world microcosm in itself.
Lucille says this is just the beginning. Long term, they hope for thousands of acres where thousands of buffalo can roam free. But more importantly, for other ranchers to be able to replicate their methods for a more sustainable future in agriculture.
If we know who we are and where we come from, we're able to go forward with purpose, with health, and with unity, just as the buffalo.
Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Magnificent animals.
You know, here's my only question is how they deal with the heat in Texas, because they've got some thick fur on them, especially in the wintertime, but
those some big boys.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I don't know how buffalo stays cool. I hadn't really thought about it. No. We'll have to get Sarah to do some more research.
I wonder if they sweat a different way in order to accommodate all that fur.
I don't know. It kind of sounds gross now that I think about it. Sunrise is at 6:38. That's where it was today. The sunset will be 8:23 tonight. We're starting to see those days get longer. We're nearing, of course, our longest day of the year in June. Our average high is in the 80s, but guess what? We're going to be in the 90s going forward. We'll look at that forecast plus the Memorial Day weekend forecast coming up.
Please and thank you. Polite words that we are supposed to be using, but proper etiquette is a lot more complicated, and some feel it's a lost art. Patty Santos with some of the do's and don'ts that none of us are too old or too young to learn.
You don't take the napkin off at a formal event until the host takes his or her napkin.
Leland Stone.
You don't put the soup spoon in your mouth, you tip it.
Takes pride in making a good impression.
You work from the outside in. But this is a little bit complicated, and you would need to follow the host.
And teaching others how to do the same.
Moving on to a salad course. This is when we'll find out about how to take an olive pit out.
Stone teaches etiquette classes at Roosevelt Library Social Club. People as young as 5 years old and from all backgrounds come to him to learn how to stand out.
Anything that you already know that's proper to do?
Like don't put your elbows on the table.
Alina Hagens, one of the members of the Bloom Club from Tomlinson Elementary School, are sitting in on this etiquette class.
We want to learn when we're with our families. We want to know how to eat, how to be respectful, and how to speak, and use our utensils.
Etiquette class is important because that goes with what we teach girls for the rest of their lives.
School counselor Julia Steyer says proper etiquette can make a major impact on building confidence and self-esteem for anyone. It's also a good reason to dress up.
And so they did want to know what it feels like to go somewhere fancy or to feel special. And we gave them options to have an etiquette class, and they said, yeah, we do want to do that.
The class goes over how to handle a 4-course meal, including the proper use of a knife. Stone says once you practice it, it gets easy, and it really opens up the opportunity for conversation and the exchange of ideas.
I think it's essential to understanding your children, getting them to focus, put down their device, talk about the day.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
And of course, many parents will tell you the number one rule is that there should be no cell phones at the dining room table. I'm getting applause in the studio for that.
Justice loving that.
The other one, David, is to chew with your mouth closed. Okay, you got that? All right, the class is about 3 hours long. It is served over a 4-course meal. Yum. And there are classes for adults, too. We've got all the details on KSAT.com.
Well, I can tell you one thing you will never see me do is like you're eating, right? You're sitting there and do this or do this. My other hand is always in my lap because I was told all my life, or I was asked the question if I did this, my dad would go, "You tired? You want to go to bed or do you want to eat your dinner?" Like, "Oh, I eat my dinner." "Well, get your elbow off the table." "Yes, sir." So
Ours, it was like, you got to clean your plate, or you make your hostess or your host feel bad like the food wasn't good.
Just gotta eat
you
it.
must eat something of everything on your plate.
Yeah.
That's a good one, too.
That is a good one.
Must be polite.
And you got to watch the kids because I said no cell phones, and you'll see them, doing something,
Under the table.
Yeah.
And work your forks outside in.
And I've always wanted someone to present my food with one of those things where you take off the top, and it's like, I don't know.
But here's a question. You eat a steak every now and then, right? Of
course.
Okay, I'm sorry. We'll get to it. If you cut your steak.
We'll get to weather.
And do you turn the fork over and eat it like upside with your fork upside down?
Isn't that European?
I don't know. I've seen people do it both
That's
ways.
the European
Or you
style.
put your fork down and then you take the steak and
that's the American.
Yeah, interesting.
I'm sure there's a rule for that.
All right, get you weather.
We could go on forever.
Question. We always ask you the weirdest questions.
Hey, listen, I learn something every day.
But do you sweat while you eat? Okay, we're not going to talk about sweating anymore.
All right, let's go outside. I do know that if you go out, well,
We've been talking too much about how hot it is.
Anyway, 88 degrees, variable winds at 5 miles per hour. Feels like 93 right now when you factor in that humidity. Feels so much warmer out there because humidity has been so thick. That humidity led to a nice deck of clouds this morning right over top of us. We're seeing some of that out to the west right now where it's still mostly cloudy. But over San Antonio, it's starting to thin out, especially if you're on the east side of San Antonio. You're getting almost full sun now, and it probably gets worse. The humidity forecast, this probably comes as no surprise to you, but we're going to be muggy all week. In fact, the dew points even try to climb a little bit. So, man, I wish I had good news in this department. We could use a good front to come through here and generate some rain and then dry us out, but that is not in the forecast this week. Here's a look at the forecast heat index. We think we'll be up near 101 this afternoon. That's the feels like number, not the air temperature, but a lot of places right around that 100-degree mark. And then as we get into tomorrow, same story, but probably a little bit hotter. Heat index jumps up to 102 in San Antonio, 104 Hondo, 102 in Utopia. These feels like numbers are going to be brutal all week long. And that takes us to a quick reminder. Look, I mean, we live in South Texas. I don't need to tell you this all that often, but as we start the hot weather season, a reminder that moisture limits evaporation, which makes us uncomfortable. So we can't, the evaporation doesn't occur, which doesn't cool our bodies down. So you never want to leave pets and kids inside a parked car. You know this. Drink lots of water, stay hydrated, reduce strenuous activities, David. Don't be outside cutting down trees in the heat, all right? Find shade or stay in the AC and wear lightweight, light-colored clothing. Just a few quick reminders there. The heat high is not over top of us, but it's close enough to where we're going to continue to see some pretty hot temperatures. Now, the other thing is we'll see a few ripples in the upper parts of the atmosphere, which could create some isolated storms Wednesday afternoon. And honestly, this pattern continues right on into the weekend. So we'll keep small chances of rain in the forecast, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. These are going to be those spotty, isolated afternoon storms, hit or miss type things where one or two folks get some storms, but it won't be widespread. If you do get a storm, it will cool you down a little bit. Otherwise, we'll see these temperatures stay in the mid-90s. 96 Tuesday, 95 Wednesday, and then a 20% chance of rain all the way through the weekend and into Memorial Day. We'll be right back.
It is the best essay live we're going to do all day.
Oh, yeah. So it's a fun way to stay cool this summer, especially for your kids, by sending them off to maybe a cheer or ninja camp. And Heather Stelzner with Area Athletics is here.
We've got 12,000 square feet air conditioning. We have 10 weeks of camp this summer. And we would love you to bring your kids ages 4 to 12.
And you said it's cheaper than a babysitter.
It sure is.
Wow.
Drop
Tell you more
off
about
at
that. Speaking of the heat, best way to beat the heat, let us know.
Yes, scan that QR code and weigh in before the show. And the holiday weekend is here, so how about a summer recipe to kick off the season? Chef Leo Etiquette with Eat Fredericksburg, Texas shows us one.
All right, that and a whole lot more coming up on SA Live.